Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. Srila Goswami Maharaj speaking with a Christian. It's very interesting for Westerners who may see the difference and also the equality. So this Christian asks, if the quality of preaching is too high, people may be discouraged. So Srila Maharaj said, it may be too high for one and too near for another. It is not too high for all. For if it was, then how would conversation be possible? So many people are becoming Mohammedans, Christians and Hindus. All Christians were not born Christians. How were people first attracted to become Christians? There arose in their hearts the hankering for Christianity. When Achyutananda Swami, the first disciple of Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, went to my birthplace here in Bengal, a headmaster asked him, we are so near and we cannot appreciate the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How is it that from such a far-off country you have come to sacrifice your life for the service of Sri Chaitanya Dev? Achyutananda Swami answered, Pamananda Pramide Ghunna Bhagavan Jiva. We have to acquire this capacity during the course of our wanderings in different positions throughout the creation. We are wandering from this land to that land, from this species to that species. In the course of that, we gather some sukriti, pious credits. Agyata sukriti means that unknowingly and unconsciously our energy is spent in the service of the Lord. And the reaction comes in the form of some pious credits. And when Sukriti is more developed, it becomes Gyata Sukriti, or pious activities knowingly performed. Then Shraddha, faith, our inner attraction for the universal truth, comes to the surface. In this way, it may develop from any stage. Even a beast may feel the tendency to serve Krishna. In Vrindavan, so many living beings, trees, beasts, even the water have acquired their position by consciously desiring it. Although they have accepted an apparently material both, they eternally hold that position in the service of Krishna. So then the Christian asked further, there is one book called The Way of the Pilgrim about a Christian who chants the name of Jesus on beads. Sridhar said, yes, the Catholics also use beads. Some Christian may chant the name of Christ. Then the man said, this man was chanting the name of Jesus. His heart was growing soft and he was feeling ecstasy, great love for Krishna, Jesus. Srila Maharaj said, then he may attain the position of Chaitanya. It's a little complicated. Okay. Working. Jesus at most. It may be that in the attempt for perfection, his growth is finished there in the eternal paraphernalia of Jesus. He may remain there if he has found his fullest satisfaction. He is fated to be there. So, in other words, he is following the external conception of Jesus, preaching on Jesus as the Son of God, perhaps. Some say he is God, or some say he is the Son of God. So his growth is finished there in the eternal paraphernalia of Jesus. He may remain there if he has found his fullest satisfaction. He is fated to be there. So by the will of God and by the powerful will of an exalted devotee, even from the impersonal Brahman, effulgence, one may be roused from his slumber and moved to action in devotional service. Generally, they pass long ages there in the non-differentiated plane, satisfied with the of infinite time. Nothing is very great or spacious. They may remain holding that position for a long time, so many dissolutions and creations may come and go, but the possibility remains that their slumber may be broken at any time. Since time immemorial, this created world has been in existence. And so many souls are ascending to the Brahman effulgence, and again descending. So even in the midst of the infinite Brahman effulgence, some souls are coming out. It is a question of infinity. So the position of Jesus may be considered as eternal, and the time may come when Jesus himself may be converted into Vaishnavism. It is not impossible. And the Christian asked, do you think that Jesus had awareness of Krishna as the personality of Godhead? Maharaj says, when his inner attainment is most closely detected, then we are bound to say that in the course of his eternal life, there is some possibility of his achieving Krishna. The Christian said, I don't understand. Maharaj says, is Jesus stagnant or progressive? Where he has reached, is that finished forever or is he dynamic? Means, has Jesus, what stage has he attained? Where is he now? We are living, or Christians more or less remember him when he appeared in this world. But what is he doing now? Is he static? Or is he progressive? Where has he reached? Is that finished forever, or is he dynamic? So it means also he goes further, perhaps, or he goes into Brahman, or he comes again from Brahman back to this. So we have lost, or Christians may have lost the connection, or they may not know where he is, for them, why he went further. He may he may go to the Vaikuntha. So the Christians will say that he has full knowledge. So Maharaj says, so is he stagnant? They are finally fixed. Is that Jesus' position? Is that Jesus' position? That he is now stagnant and he has finally fixed on this? This would not fit to that we are constantly in a movement, constantly going, constantly there is life. So is that Jesus' position? This is fixed somewhere? Do the bishops say that this position is final? Does he have a progressive life? Or is Jesus alone barred from making further progress? Is he a member of the dynamic world or the stagnant world? This is something very hardly they may accept this. What they may say, he is in heaven. But what is heaven for them? Heaven is also not stagnant. Heaven is always movement. And he goes to the material heaven, he has to come back. It's temporary. Everything has beginning and end. So they are not coming to the outskirts, or they come not to the border where the material world ends. They have not crossed the line between the material, temporary plane and the eternal plane. Heaven, what they understand under heaven, what means heaven there? If you see pictures, the deers and the tigers, they are wandering together, and the people lying under the trees with grapes, enjoying. But this is this material heaven what we experience here. But this is not the eternal goal. You wanted to say something? No, anyway, I don't want to speak these topics open. It is a certain level of piety, and it is, of course, it is not Vaishnavism, because Vaishnavism goes beyond all the borders we are building up in this material plane. So if Jesus, the person, is static or he's progressing, means he's always going forward. He's not hanging now the rest of the whatever on his cross, and they worship him and this as a person who was put on the cross, This is not life alive. This is, you cannot, Jesus is, as all living beings are eternal souls, spirit souls. So it means we are moving constantly. We are always performing pastimes in the material world or in the spiritual world. There's always life. But it is not life in this sense that he may enter Brahman, deep sleep. But he may enter there, but he is awaking after many, many creations are performed by Brahma. But he may go forward afterwards when he enters this Brahman, go to Vaikuntha. This is not known to them. So they worship practically a person they are not connected with in this sense. He is not performing pastimes on the transcendental plane. They pull him down to this mundane conception. So he's a little better than me, they think. And he has to serve us. So this is the nature of the infinite. Being infinite, we are going to deal with the infinite. So we are going to deal with the infinite? Yes. Infinite means there's no beginning, no end. Always pastimes go on in the transcendental eternal plane. That is our ludicious tendency. It is ludicious for us to deal with the infinite. Why is Krishna considered to be the absolute truth? This you should inquire about in a scientific way. Step by step, as I have recommended, you should go on reading about that in the Sri Krishna Samhita and the Brihad Bhagavatamrita. You should try to follow very minutely the dynamic development of theism as it is presented there. Is there any question on? Is it? Yeah.
Ich habe gedacht, dass Religion keine Rolle spielt, also das Äußerliche, was jemand hat, spielt keine Rolle, aber das Vertrauen, jemand vertraut, dass das passiert, dass alles.
The religions in this material world who are now what we know. In the Bhagavatam it is called Ketavatama, cheating religions. Because they cannot see that we are all part and parcels of the original of God. So they make themselves, we know the real truth, and the others are demons or whatever. They are wrong. Yeah, they are going to go to the extreme or should kill the others, all others, because they are. But this is not a proper understanding. How can you do this? How can you come to this conclusion? Also, we spoke so many times. We going to God, we going to Him, to temple, church, or mosque, whatever. And we are begging for our satisfaction, something. We should fulfill our desire. Just imagine, you are God, you created everything for your pleasure, not for anyone's pleasure. For you, because you're God. Including us, we belong to His creation. And then we are so insignificant part, and everyone wants, please give me this, please arrange this. Please let me enjoy. That we make him become our servant. What is this? He is the Lord of everything. Everything moves according to his will. But we want that he serves us. So this is the teachings of all religions. Also India and Karmakanda, Jnana-kanda, Yoga. What is the purpose? Karmakanda means I am acting, I am working for getting something in return. Karma Yoga means I do perform activities, but the result of what I get, I give to the Lord. Then they can attain the Brahman, higher level. Jnana-kanda means similar. To discover, to find out philosophically, understand that he is the Lord of everything. He is the source of everything. And he has not lost his control. So this understanding is basically in the religions, what we find in this world. Even in India, this is very widespread. So Vaishnavism is not like this. Vaishnavism is, we understand that we are not meant for enjoying. He is the enjoyer. So we try to please the Lord, not running for our personal interest. And he has to support us. This is this cheating religion, cheating. We are cheating. And the religions, they support. So this is Kaitava Dharma. But yes, but you will never become happy, whatever you may desire. It is all temporary, because everything in this material world, whatever we see, whatever we experience, it has a beginning. Whatever has a beginning has also an end. Even this whole universe has a beginning, it is created, and it will be destroyed or will be vanish. But it will not be in our time, now in this life. Our thinking power is so limited, and we want to understand. How can you understand with this tiny bee brain? How can you understand God, the unlimited, the infinite? Everything here is finite, what our thinking power, our life, our everything. And with this conception, we want to approach the infinite. We have no idea what it means, because we identify with body, with mind, with intellect. This is called ahankara. So we have to first find out who I am. I'm a part and parcel of the Lord, Atma, Chief Atma. I'm just a spirit soul, and I can decide. Freedom is given to us, so that we can decide to enter our original position, to be one with the Lord in this sense that we satisfy Him. Or I want to be separate. I turn my head around, away from Him, and I want to become the Lord. Now you are all Lords. This Vivekananda was saying this. In New York he was walking and his disciple asking him. I was reading all his books in the beginning, but this made me a little disturbed. One disciple asked him, "Can you show me God?" And he said, "Can you not see so many gods running around here? Everyone is God. It's in one sense truth, yeah, but it's illusory. It's an illusion. Where they now, the gods, they've identified with the body, and the body, definitely you cannot find on this level God. You cannot see with these eyes. This is not possible. Yeah.
Few days ago, you also read that it has value and that you should respect it. So, what is the due respect that we have to give, or what form it has towards these religions?
Now we see living entities not as the body, the external form. We see them as a spirit soul. When we give respect to others, means not to the body, but because the Lord is in the heart of every living being. So we offer our respect to the Lord, who is staying in the heart of all living beings. He is everywhere. We should respect everything, everyone, every tree, every living being. Because everything is Him, it is part of Him.
Goswami Maharaj was referring to the religions.
Yeah. So, what we cannot teach the Vedic science to a dog. Hardly. He will not understand. He is on a level in this form, in his karma bound, that he is not able to understand it now. So, but humans have the chance, but there are so many different levels of human beings. If you see how many are here and hearing this, it is only a few who are able to hear or we can hear it, but if there's only a handful who can really realize it, who can understand. So that's because of this we are not saying wrong. This is the material world. This world is called Mrityuloka. It's the planet of death. So they have not realized that all these things, what they identify, it will vanish soon or later. Nothing is constant. Only the soul is constant. So we cannot think that he is not belong to this religion, he is not belonging to our religion, because of this we kill him or we reject him. No, they are on different levels. We should also not eat the dogs, or we should not eat the cows, because they are on a different level, but they are living beings. This is the purpose why we are not eating anything who has a developed bodily body like animals. Even trees we should avoid not to cut, because they are also living beings in different bodies. So we should respect them.
When I just came back from India, one family member, she deceased, and they invited me to go to the funeral. So I asked him today, he said, yeah, that's good, you can speak something about Krishna. And so we were in the church, and then he was hearing so many misconceptions from the preacher. And also you could see that many people, they cannot even relate to what is being said, because somehow they also feel that it is not correct, or it's speculation on my part, but it's how I experienced being in church when I was young. And then like we have this, or we should preach, no, but we should not preach against those who don't have faith. But there is some faith, and some people they want to know more about it. But until where, what can you say, or until where you can go? Like, this is so difficult.
One has to become a realized soul. Then one can catch. Otherwise they will teach, or they will preach to you. And you will get doubts perhaps. We have to realize. You can speak to everyone if you realize. This is important. We see so many, who dress as devotees, who have tilak and running, but they are attracted to so many material things. They are so attached. So when they are sitting and reading Bhagavad Gita, surrender or give up sense enjoyment, they themselves not able to do this. So what should they speak? What is there? This has no power. That's because it is said we should hear from realized souls, and they have the power to touch us, who are living what they are speaking. They have realized what they're speaking. Hare Krishna. This is important. That's because, so many things happen. Even in the so-called devotees could not go on because they did not live what they preached, what they said. Because they have not realized, they have not understood properly.
Vielleicht hat das verstanden, ich weiß nicht.
Well, this Vyasadeva is another case.
Okay.
This is a first time. But it has happened everywhere. Srimad Bhagavatam is telling us what is going on between our ears and how to act to get out. The teachings of or the pastimes of Prahlad Maharaj or Bali or Hiranyakashipu. We all have a little Hiranyakashipu in our head. And we don't want to hear this Prahlad. We want to kill him, even when he is going against me, even if it's his own son. You can understand like this also. You can understand just when you hear external, but you will not get so much. Bhagavatam is written for pure devotees. So even if you may read, but you have not realized nothing, nobody will understand. It's only storytelling. I don't want to hear this. When Guru Maharaj was reading Chaitanya Bhagavata in Vrindavan, I remember. And he started reading in the pastimes of Nitai. And when he left his mother, taking sannyas, Guru Maharaj crying like child, choking his voice, could not. We cannot understand this. They enter these pastimes. They are not from this world. They are not members of this material world.
Bhakti reflects really to Goswami Maharaj that there also has value to the other religions. They also have value.
Yes.
Also, because there are sannyasis and so many levels of realization, and not all sannyasis are pure devotees yet. But their function is also to preach. So that also has value, but it's not how we can achieve the ultimate goal, or is this a misconception of mine?
No, this is... They cannot preach or do Harinam or Distribute Pracharam, whatever. But they can attract because it is others. But, spirit comes from spirit. If they have not realized that we are spirit, souls, how you will teach others to understand it if you yourself have not? So Gurudev or these Kaitacharyas, they have realized they are members, eternal members of the spiritual, of the Lord. This is their home. They can tell you, they can open the door. Again, it depends on who is hearing it, if he is ready or not. This is something that is beyond our mundane conception, mundane understanding. So many things happened, we do not know why they happened and what is the meaning of this. We should even not start meditating, speculating on it, because we will never know it. If Krishna does not want it to, then it will not. And Guru or the Sadhu, the real Vaishnava, is only a tool of the Lord. And his qualification is that he is fully dependent on the Lord. He is not giving something from what he thinks, what he speculates. He has no opinions in this thing. My opinion is this is better and this is not so good. No, he's straight. He has accepted whatever he says. When Guru Maharaj says that this garland is black, then I will say, yes, it is black. What is it? What is this color? How you
Black.
Orange for normal people. But so far we must go. It is all training. All these things are. The surrender means whatever comes, we will accept it. Because everything is in his hand. And then we will also see Krishna's hand. That he will protect his devotee. He promises it so often, so many times. He promises, I will protect my devotees. Don't be afraid. And they say, but I don't trust you. My doctor is better. This devotion goes much beyond our conception we are understanding now. So we can stop here. Jai Srila Param Pujapad Nitya Leela Bhavistam Vishwapad Paramahamsa Vigacharya Stota Sri Srimad Bhakti Raksa Sri Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Gurudev Nitya Leela Bhavistam Vishwapad Paramahamsa Vigacharya Stota Sri Srimad Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Gaur Premanandi. Panchakalpatarubhyascha Sindhubhyeva cha Thambavanitya Vaishnavebhyo namo namo.